Call me the pioneer. I bring the light to the deepest secrets of different bills. Hey, Uncle Demi, you need it, I got it listed here. You wanna make it, I'll show you just how to make it here. I got all the rarest bills, and I ain't done yet. Went from the finish to making bills like a prospect. Flow space and slashes to catching us with a lot of threat. You keep the medals cause the real one's coming up next. Only scratch the surface, still they try to drain my name.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is your man, Uncle Demi, and today I have another special banger for you. Right now, before we get into this video, you know what you need to do. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and drop a like for this video. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and of course, you know I have membership opportunities. All you have to do is just check the link in the description or head over to my channel, hit the join button, and see the 3 different tiers that I'm offering. All right, now let's hop into this video. What we're gonna talk about today is Jayson Tatum himself. All right, one of the most dynamic young players we have into the league. He just was selected to the All-Star game, which was by far one of the best All-Star games I've ever witnessed. So shout out to Chris Paul and whoever else was behind changing the rules and the play style, I guess the play setup or whatever you want to call it, as far as the game being played. I mean, I think by having that actually placed to where, you know, the score was actually set up to 24 for Kobe Bryant, I thought that was really cool. But also just the fact that since there was a number that was already set and the NBA players knew that they had to hit that, it was tremendous competition at the end. I've never seen any All-Star setting like that. As you know, the Pro Bowl for the NFL is just basically flag football. I mean, there's not really much going on there. It's not really much excitement. The All-Star game for baseball is really huge, but of course, me being a baseball player myself, I appreciate the baseball All-Star game, but this is not as popular as the NBA, obviously. So obviously having one of the most popular sports and having them on a grandstand like that on national television and seeing the greatest players in the world compete competitively. Like, I literally saw the referees were like, whoa, I don't, like, they were jumping on the referees. They were not even expecting this type of setup. The referees were almost like deers in headlights because it got very tense quick. So yeah, shout out to that. But also, so let's get back to Jayson Tatum. So Jayson Tatum, he's a young player in the league, literally put into a really good situation when it came to the Boston Celtics. Obviously the Celtics are just stacked with talent. They have, obviously, with Jaylen Brown, Gordon Hayward, Jayson Tatum, and Kemba Walker. You have 4 players that literally, well, you have 3 that literally play the same position. So Gordon Hayward, Jaylen Brown, and Jayson Tatum, they're literally small forwards, but they're obviously they all have to play. So of course you have Jayson Tatum, believe it or not, playing power forward for the Celtics right now. All right, so that is a very unique situation when it comes to us because you have a 6'8" power forward on a video game. And of course, as you can see, he's a floor spacing slasher at 6'8", 208 pounds. That is going to be something extremely difficult to try to emulate because obviously a floor spacing slasher is something that's designed or designated to position players that are at the shooting guard, or power forward positions, and you can't get it at the small forward position because you can go 6'5" and get that. Where at 6'8", at 6'8", it's just one of those builds that you're just not able to get, but that's no problem. We'll try to figure that out. Let's just go ahead and look at his attributes, okay? So one thing about Jayson Tatum is he's a really, really good shooter, right? So as you can see, the driving dunk is really good. Also, obviously, he's as a kid that's, you know, how is he, 21 years old? Of course, you're going to be able to have a 90 driving dunk. Why not, right? But as you look here, he has an 84 3-point shot, which I think should have been a little bit higher because obviously with Jayson Tatum, he's one of the greatest rookies. He had one of the greatest 3-point shooting percentages of all time for a rookie. And that's something that, you know, I think a lot of people overlook when they look at Jayson Tatum. He shot 43% as a rookie coming into the league. And if one thing you can understand, transitioning to the NBA is always hard, but for Jayson Tatum to be able to shoot 43% from the 3-point line as a rookie was pretty good. And keep in mind, back then, I mean, you had Kyrie Irving that was on the team, and it just made it hard for him to have opportunities. But, you know, because obviously Kyrie is just one of those ball-dominant type individuals. Transition over to Kemba Walker has literally helped him grow. Obviously, with the All-Star selection, that is proof of his growth. But then again, though, let's also look at the fact that, you know, me being a Lakers fan, how we passed up on Jayson Tatum. So, again, going back, you look at the draft back in 2017, believe it or not, Markelle Fultz was the #1 pick, right? But the Celtics had the #1 pick. They traded out of that. And back then, when they traded out, that everybody was getting on Danny Ainge, like, yo, why would you pass up on Markelle Fultz, right? Well, I think it was two things. Well, I think primarily it was because Markelle Fultz and Lonzo Ball were considered the two best prospects. Well, the two best prospects outside of the Celtics draft room, okay? Because the Celtics felt like Jayson Tatum was the best prospect. So, of course, if you feel like Jayson Tatum is the best prospect, they traded out of that spot. So then, of course, the 76ers would jump right on board and get to with that trade and got Markelle Fultz. Well, the thing is, everybody know what happened to Markelle Fultz. He had some injury, some serious injury to his shoulder, where it's basically his shoulder was kind of like muscles wasn't reacting. It was like a nervous system type diagnosis. So he obviously is in trade to the Magic. We all know, as you're a Lakers fan, what happened to Lonzo Ball. Just didn't pan out in LA. But just imagine this, okay? So we're going to talk about Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant worked out Jayson Tatum. So Jayson Tatum was working and training with Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant went and told, Magic Johnson and the rest of the organization, like, listen, you need to get Jayson Tatum, right? But there was so much momentum with, LeVar Ball and the Ball brothers and being from Chico Hills and being LA, raised kids, or being California kids, that there was so much on Lonzo Ball being the pick. But just imagine, as a Laker fan, if we would have had Jayson Tatum. But also in that draft, you had Donovan Mitchell. So just imagine again, Donovan Mitchell went 13th. Just imagine if we had Donovan Mitchell at the number 2 spot, right? And even Bam got selected 14th. He was an all-star this year, and he won the skills challenge. He was selected 14th, and he was with the Heat. So, I mean, again, there's a lot of things you can look back on in draft and wish you could have done things differently. But I guarantee you that the 76ers and the Lakers are regretting passing up on Jayson Tatum, because he's becoming to be the better prospect out of them all. And, of course, he's becoming one of the better players in the NBA, period, right? Now, as you can see here, he doesn't have much of a post fade. He's something that he's working on. I know that's something he's worked on because that's something that he talked about, working on his post fade. His ball handling is decent. Everything about Jayson Tatum offensively is more, he's a spot. The best way to describe Jayson Tatum right now is that he's definitely a spot up shooter a lot. He does a lot of spot up shots, but he also does a lot of facing the basket, taking 1 or 2 steps, pull up, or taking 1 or 2 steps and going straight to the rack. So that's kind of what his game is right now, but it's extremely difficult to stop. His perimeter defense is 83. Now, the irony behind that is that he is a power forward and his interior defense is a 50. But again, if you want to get all 3 of these small forwards on the floor, which I would have thought would have been crazier, better to put, hold on, let me see. Oh, he's only 6'7". That's crazy. And he's 6'6". Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know. I guess he's taller, right? So they have him at the power forward spot. Now this guy here, let's go to the badges real quick. For the badges, as you can see, he doesn't have much of the finishing badges on gold, which makes sense. Like I said, he's not necessarily known as a slasher, but he does have that ability. This is where he's known for more. And again, he only has Green Machine and Hot Start. But that's okay though, because we're going to be able to handle that. And give him some better badges than this, right? Then we have playmaking. You got Space Creator, Stop and Go, Bail Out. Those are good badges. Defensively, Off-Ball, Pass, Pick Dodger, and Trapper. So, of course, Jayson Tatum's going to be a very unique build because we're going to put him at he's a power forward. So we have to make him at a power forward position. And we're going to try to get that floor spacing slasher, something similar to that. So let's head over to the My Player Builder and see if we can make Jayson Tatum, right? All right, so Jayson Tatum, obviously he's a power forward. He's right-handed. He's number 0, okay? When it came to the pie chart, obviously for a floor spacing slasher, you want to go with the blue and the shooting. Obviously the slashing and shooting, floor spacing slasher. Someone that spaces the floor can shoot it and can be able to slash. All right, so that's what we're going to go with. And then for the pie chart, again, I'm big on having speed and vert. So we're going to go here. And keep in mind, this is a power forward position. That's why the numbers look like this. But listen, I've been doing this long enough to know that when the My Player roster, when you go to the main menu, you go to the rosters, whatever that first position is, that's the position you have to make him in order to get their name, okay? So if I was to put him and made a small forward or a shooting guard, Jayson Tatum will not pop up. You have to use the primary position that they're in. He's a power forward in this game, so you have to make him at the power forward spot to get his name, right? So that's what we're going to go with here. And then, of course, when it comes to I'm trying to get my thing up, make sure I got them right. Okay, cool. So you want to max out 90 here. You want to go 75 here. Your driving dunk, you want to max out. You want to go 80 on your standing dunk. and then you want to go 61 on your post hook. That'll give you 16. Then you want to go 75 on your mid-range shot. Then you want to go 75 on your three-point shot. Then you want to go 83 on your free throw, and then you want to go 89 on your post fade. So that gets you right at 20. Then you want to go 68 on your pass accuracy. You want to go 61 on your ball handling. Then you want to go 76 on your post moves. Then you want to go on your perimeter defense. You want to max out your perimeter defense, your lateral quickness, your steals, and then you want to use the remaining on your defensive rebounds, okay? So again, like I said, we're trying to get that Jayson Tatum build. Obviously 16 and 20 for your slashing and your shooting is extremely great. Plus the 9 playmaking is good. Obviously, I would love to get more defensive upgrades, but obviously we're not able to do that right now based upon the way we had to make this build. So it did take me a good amount of time to figure out how I can get the Jayson Tatum name. But I think, again, it was difficult just because he was a power forward and you have to adjust everything. So the cool thing is that with his body type, you want to go solid, all right? So you want to go solid with his body type. Then from here, of course, you want to go 6'7", okay? So you want to go 6'7" with this with the height. Then you want to keep his weight at 218, and then you want to lower your wingspan down to 79. Okay, so the good thing is that he does have a 79 driving dunk. I'm not able to get the contact dunks, obviously, at the power forward spot. So you're only left with an 82 driving dunk, which is not bad because well, I guess it's bad because, well, I won't say bad, but it just sucks because you're literally 2 attributes away from getting contact dunks. But you're not able to get the contact dunks here, but you do have a decent mid-range shot and you do have a good three-point shot, all right? So obviously I had to make sure that his three-point shot was higher than his mid-range shot because obviously on his on the roster, his official roster, I think he had an 83 or 84 three-point shot, and he had a 78 mid-range or something like that. So again, as a floor spacing slasher, your three-point shot needs to be higher than your mid-range shot, okay? The ball handling is a 72. You can get that to a 76, so that's not bad. The perimeter defense is 74. Your lateral quickness is a 68. Your steals will be a 72. Again, you know, those things that could be worked on, but again, it's not bad, right? Because again, you're a power forward. You're playing small ball with this lineup, so that's good. Your speed will be an 84. Your vert will be an 87. And then, of course, you have an 80 acceleration. So all in all, it's not that bad. Again, it's just that he is a power forward, and you have to make him a power forward. I personally here will go with spot up shooter. You can go with slashing or you can go with shot creator, but I'm gonna go with spot up shooter because that's his deck. That's what he's known for, right? And then of course, as you can see here, it's an inside out scorer, which again, Jayson Tatum at the top, similar to. Now again, with the inside out scorer, it's basically just the same thing as a floor spacing slasher. It's just that you do not have the high enough slashing attribute. So if I was somehow able to make him 6'6", which again, it would just make him a little too short because he is 6'7" and some change, right? But you could have gone 6'6", and I probably would have been to get the floor spacing slasher name. But again, it's nothing wrong here because you got similar to Jayson Tatum. Inside out scorer is definitely similar to a floor spacing slasher. So let's go ahead and test out this build real quick. All right. We're going to go ahead and get him to a 99. All right. And here, what you want to do is you want to go contact finisher. You got to go that Hall of Fame. You definitely want to go Giant Slayer here because obviously you're going to be 6'7". You want to make sure you have the hook. You're going to be going against taller trees in the paint. So you want to go here. You want to get your consistent finisher. You want to get your fancy footwork. And then for me, I will go Acrobat on silver, and then I will go Slithery Finisher on silver, okay? So again, you do have a decent amount of badge upgrades here. I figured that since you are going to be playing at the power forward spot going against bigger defenders, it just made sense to make sure that you have Slithery to avoid contact, and the Acrobat along with fancy footwork and consistent finisher and Giant Slayer should really help you out down there when you're playing against those bigger trees. So that's what I will go with. But again, it's your build. You can do it any way you want. I say that all the time. Quick draw, you know how I am. You want to get your quick draw Hall of Fame. You want to get your range extender, hide zone hunter. You want to go dead eye. You want to go green machine. And then of course, since you are going to be a spot up shooter, you want to go catch and shoot. And then your last badge, I always say you can use them anywhere, but I always go with hide zone hunter. Okay, so this is what I will go with. And of course, this is not a primary ball handler position, so you don't need to have volume shooter because obviously most likely your point guard is going to be doing most of the shooting, all right? When it comes to the playmaking, you definitely want to get your bailout on bronze. That's one. And then you want to get your quick first step. Now, again, he's a power forward, so there's certain things here that you see, like space create and all that type of stuff, you do not have. That's unfortunate, but that's just what you don't have. So then, of course, I will go here with my post-man technician. I think that's like one of the best badges to have right here off this, based upon what we have left. Now, with these last two, I can always say go with either Unpluckable. You can go Needle Threader, or if you wanted just to get bailout all the way out on gold, I'm perfectly fine with that too. So it's really your call what you want to do here. And then, of course, like I always say, when you have one badge, just go ahead and get Interceptor, because Interceptor is a really good, playing the passing lanes is just a really good form of defense on this game, especially if you don't have any defensive badges, and especially if you're not playing on ball defense. So that's where we're going to go with here. But there you have it, my nephews and nieces. This is the Jayson Tatum build. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like, sub to the channel, and of course, you know, membership opportunities is there, so just take a look at the membership opportunities. And other than that, this your man, Uncle Demi. I see you really soon with another banger. And I know when I say I'll be back really soon with another banger, you know what day I'm talking about, man. I'm talking about tomorrow. I'm out.